And what we are going to do is we are going to dive deep on some of his katha and understand that why Ramayana is so important scripture and how his pastimes are extremely nectarian. Sometimes we actually go into philosophy to understand, the essence of spirituality. But sometimes, instead of going through the philosophy, if you hear the stories, it gives you more rasa, it gives you more juice, it gives you a better essence of understanding what is the embodiment of that God. Just like music, you have the name and the music adds the rasa, it adds the melody, it adds the nectar. Similarly, katha is like a nectar. So, does everybody know what is Ramayana? Who are the 4 or 5 big characters? You don't know. You know? You do. So everybody knows. So let me start with making you understand. There are 4 brothers, which is Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan. Does everybody know the meaning of what is the meaning of Ram, Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughan? You see, in Indian Vedic system, or I should say Sanatana Vedic system, every name has a meaning. There is no name that doesn't have a meaning. So most of us know Ram means one who gives all pleasure. Just like Krishna means one who is all attractive. Now, let's go to the next one. Lakshman. What does the word Lakshman mean? Lakshman comes from the word Lakshan. Lakshan means the salient features. So those features which are extremely auspicious. And Lakshmana is also, manifestation of Lord Balram. So he's Guru Tattva. And Guru, whether he is strict or whether he is not strict, is always auspicious. Right? If the Guru's feet fall anywhere, that place becomes auspicious, even if it is a place of dirt. So Lakshman means all auspicious. Then comes Bharat. Bharat is a name, many people confuse the word Bharat, where the name of the country Bharat. It is based on different characters of Bharat. Sometimes people say Dushyant and Bharat, the love story, the romantic story. Some people say Jat Bharat, the Bharat Maharaj and Jat Bharat. But in reality, if you go deep down, actually the name of the country Bharat comes from this character called Bharat, which is brother of Lord Ram. Because he was so auspicious, right? A brother who is waiting for his elder brother to come back and take back his kingdom. So it's an act of sacrifice. And the Bharat means, Bharat comes from the word Brahman and Rath, which means one who travels everywhere and nourishes everyone. See, what is the role of the king? The role of the king is to nourish his people, not only take the taxes. Right? So it should be nourishing. So Bharat means one who is nourisher. And king or the head of the state should always be nourishing. Another way to understand is this Bhumi, when we say Bharat Bhumi, the land of Bharat, land, that land is very nourishing. Even if there is no king, we say, in Bharat Bhumi, sometimes you see corrupt people in India. But still, that Bhumi is called Tapovan. Tapovan means one where somebody is always doing tapa and doing tapa in such a way that everybody, just because of his tapa, everybody is getting nourished. So that is why the name is Bharat Bhumi, or Bharat comes from the word Bharat. And the last one is Shatrughan. So what does Shatrughan means? Shatru means enemy. Ghan means destroyer. So destruction, one who destroys all enemies. But did Shatrughan kill It was a very small demon, actually. His name was, even I'm forgetting what was his name, but starts with R, Rata something, okay, Krita something. But actually, the name that was given to him, Shatrughan, means one who is able to kill all the enemies inside him. So because Lord Ram came as a personality, as a Maryada Purushottam, setting certain examples that how one should lead his life. And therefore Shatrughan was basically demonstrating that how he is able to kill ahankar or the pride in his heart. And therefore conquering all the demons of his attributes. So these are the four brothers. But what I'm going to do, we are going to talk of one katha, which some of you would have known about it, or most of you would know about it. But we are going to understand the essence, which will make you understand that actually there is no difference between Ramayana and Krishna consciousness. Yes. Lavanasur, correct. Yes, Lavanasur. Thank you so much. So, we are going to understand that Ramayana and Krishna consciousness, what we understand, there is no difference. Actually, Mahaprabhu says in Mandir Leela and Chaitanya Charitamrita that anybody who does differentiation in my avatars, in my incarnation, does a sinful activity. So we should not do any differentiation between Ram, Krishna, Jagannath, Mahaprabhu, Nrsimhadev, Vishnu, Narayan. There is no difference. The only difference is in the rasa. The rasa may be different. Madhurya rasa, Vatsalya rasa, the rasa may be different. But in the potency there is no difference. It is stated in Brahma Samhita also, it is stated the same. So I am going to basically dive into the fact that how Ramayana is full of all the learnings that we have understood in Krishna consciousness. Or forget, even if you don't understand the learnings, that how Lord Ram is so merciful. Like we say, Lord is very merciful. So we have to understand that how Lord is merciful. So there was one long back a Brahmin called Gautam Rishi. Okay, everybody knows the story of Ahilya? Okay. Everybody, I know you know, but everybody else knows the story of Ahilya? Okay. So I'll do a brief description and then we'll go to the conversation between Ahilya and Lord Ram. Okay. So what happens is there is a Rishi called Gautam Rishi who is ordained by Lord Brahma to be a part of a culture where the creation of human beings continues. It starts from Prajapatis in Bhagavatam, Daksh Prajapati, and then it moves to one of the personality is also Gautam Rishi. And Lord Brahma produces a beautiful woman called Ahilya. She's one of the most beautiful princesses. And just like Devahuti gets married to the Kardama Muni, who is Devahuti is very beautiful. And Kardama Muni is extremely exalted personality. And so is Gautam Rishi, very exalted personality. And they get married, and one fine day, Indradev is passing through the ashram of Gautam Rishi. Indradev is the king of all the heavenly planets. And he has got many apsaras and nymphs. And he sees Ahilya and he gets attracted to her. Now he knows because he's the wife of Gautam Rishi, he just can't go and enjoy her. So the only way he thinks about that, what should I do? And he realizes that, oh, Lord Narayan, he also converted himself into Jalandhar to enjoy Tulsi Devi, the hug Tulsi Devi. So this is how the Maya, the illusion plays with us. We know certain examples and we start thinking that we can emulate them. And he starts thinking that actually then Tulsi left Jalandhar and married Narayan. And Narayan is extreme. Narayan is the one who is wonderful, who is the maintainer of everything. And I am maintainer of the heavenly planets. So she should leave Gautam and get married to me. Right? So this is the way the mind plays, his mind played the trick. And he converts himself, he clones himself like Gautam Rishi. He looks like a Gautam Rishi. And he starts enjoying with Ahilya. Ahilya opens the door, sees that, oh, her husband, her master has come. She bows before him, and Gautam Rishi, the Indradev hugs her and takes and says that I want to enjoy you. And when they start the process of enjoying, it is actually the sun is just setting, and the moon is about to come at that time. But whilst they are doing bhoga or enjoying, in the midway, the Ahilya realizes that he's not actual Gautam Rishi. She realizes that. But she is so much absorbed into ecstasy that she doesn't say anything. She just continues. And when it finishes, the moon has come out. And when the moon comes out, Lord Indra comes out of the room of Ahilya, goes out, converts himself back to Indra, feels very happy, and lo and behold, Gautam Rishi comes back. And you see Indra, Lord Indra, he feels surprised, and on those times the Rishi can see everything what has happened in the past. So he meditates and realizes what has happened. And he gets extremely angry at Indradev, that at a position of yourself, this is the most horrible thing you have done, you have slept with my wife. So, without saying anything, without giving a chance for it to Indra to say anything, Gautam Rishi curses Indradev. And the curse is that your body will be filled with the female genitals. Okay? Because this is what you are involved with. Your full body will be filled with this. Now, Indradev gets extremely, embarrassed, ashamed, and he starts thinking that if I go back to my heavenly abode, then what will all the devatas think of me? I will become a point of laughter. So he goes to a cave, and he starts meditating on Lord Brahma. That Brahma, because all the devatas under the guidance of Brahma, and he asks Brahma that please help me, I've got this curse from Gautam Rishi. Brahma comes and he says, yeah, you have to take care of all the devatas, but I can't help you much, you've got this curse. So the only person who can save you is either Shiva or Narayan. So he prays to Lord Shiva. And when Lord Shiva comes, you see there is a principle in Krishna consciousness. For the higher goal, the lower principles can be sacrificed. And Krishna has done innumerable times when Ashwatthama had to be killed as an example. So when Lord Shiva comes, he sees that, oh my Lord, this person looks horrible. But what is his higher goal? His higher goal is to take care of all the entities in the Devalok. And the king must be respected. He must be respected. So Lord Shiva thinks about it, and without thinking more, he says, I will turn your curse into a blessing, whereby all the points where you can see the female genitals that looks like an eye will become the eye of the sun. So what does sun? Sun is present all the time, right? Sun and moon are present all the time. So he says, you thought that nobody is looking at you, but actually the sun was looking at you. And sun is called in our Bhagavatam stated, it is the eye of the Lord. He's also called Surya Narayan. So his manifestation of Narayan also as Brahman. So the effulgence that we see from the sun is actually the Brahman of the Lord. So he says, this will remind you of the fact that anything that you are doing, anything in life you are doing, The sun is always watching you. And therefore you should never ever think of making the mistake. And this eyes will make you realize all the time that you made such a horrendous mistake. So you must go for your repentance. So this part ends. Indra is happy, goes back to his abode, and he's sorted out. Then comes the moon. You see, moon was the one who was the witness to everything. So Gautam Rishi is extremely angry that why didn't moon stop it? Why didn't moon tell me anything? So therefore he curses moon that no matter people may call you very beautiful, may look at you and think that you're the most beautiful entity, but you will always have a dark spot. So that dark spot is a blemish that whilst you are seeing, but you're not acting. And then when he goes to his wife, he's very angry at his wife. And the moment his wife sees Gautam Rishi very angry, she falls at his feet and she says, "It is not my fault. I thought, Gautam, you are the one who had come to enjoy me. So I should not be penalized. It is only that person who posed himself as Gautam Rishi should be penalized." So Gautam Rishi says, "No. The fact that you knew at a certain point of time that he is not Gautam Rishi, you should have walked away at that point of time. But because you haven't, therefore I curse you." And the curse is that just like when we are totally in the lust, we are naked, I will trap you in a stone. And in a stone, in a stone you can breathe, you can live, but yet you cannot go out of the stone. You see, many times when we see the deities, one of the Krsna in Ramayana comes, that when you see the deities you may think it is a stone, but actually it is not. It is called Prana Pratishthit. That means the Lord has entered into it. And in Ramayana, this is the first instance where the Lord is explaining that even a human being can enter a stone and can be trapped. And when the person is trapped, he cannot do anything. It looks like jad, it looks like immovable. Actually, that woman, Ahilya, is able to breathe, she's able to think, she's able to do everything. She can meditate, she can sleep. Yet, the body, just like body, we have this which can move, that body is immovable. So when Ahilya listens to this verse, she gets extremely, paranoid. And she falls at the feet of Buddha, Gautam Rishi. And she says, "Sadhu's job is always to be merciful. If you trap me here, and I am trapped in the stone all the time, that means for ages, for years and years and years and ages, yugas, I have no way to go out. But Sadhu's job is to liberate. So you must find a way that I can come out of this curse also." So Gautam Rishi gets extremely compassionate at that time when his wife cries and tells what is the role of the sadhu. And finally, Gautam Rishi says, "Alright, after one yuga, Lord Narayan's manifestation, coming in the form of a human, will bless you with his lotus feet. And when he blesses you with lotus feet, you will be liberated." So now the story moves now to Lord has taken birth. Lord has gone with Vasishtha Muni to get trained himself. And they are near Bihar. There is a state called Bihar. And there is a place called Buxar, where many minerals are most of the bauxite is found in Buxar. That's how it's got its name. So Lord Ram is doing, his training there. And Vasishtha Muni, once the training is finished, they start walking and they see this empty ashram. So actually Gautam Rishi, after getting this curse, moves away from this place. So So she becomes a stone and Gautam Rishi moves. And when Lord passes through this ashram, Vasishtha says that he must rest here. And he sees this stone and he tells Lord Ram that, Ram, pull up your feet and put your feet on this stone. So Ram says, why? So Vasishtha gives him the whole story, now behind it. So Lord Ram feels very humbled and he gives two reasons. He says, I don't think I should do it, Gurudev. Why? One, I think you are more pious than me because you have taught me. So you should put your feet. Second reason, I don't want to touch this stone because he says, I want to only touch one woman in my life. And whomsoever I touch should become my wife. So he said that if I touch the stone, and if a woman and the woman gets liberated, then I may have to marry her. So Vasishtha says, you may have any of your thought processes. I as a guru is instructing you, you must do it. If you do not do it, you get guru aparadh. This is again what we teach in Krishna Consciousness. Guru's instruction is final. No matter sometimes in our head we may feel it is right, wrong, why, how, but once he has said, we go and follow it. So when he says this, Lord Ram agrees and he puts his feet on Ahilya, the stone. And lo and behold, the beautiful woman comes out again. As soon as the beautiful woman comes out again, she bows in front of Lord Ram. Now, she says some beautiful things which I wanted to talk about, because till this part of the story, most of you know about it. But I'm sure the other part of the story is what you don't know. If you think about it, first of all, in Krishna consciousness, what do we say? In order to get Lord's love, what should we do? Bhakti. Right? We should do devotional service. What did Ahilya do? Did she do anything? Ahilya tells Lord Ram that, Lord Ram, I haven't done anything to deserve your lotus feet. Zero. Actually, in Ramayana, Lord Ram has been given 3 names. Just like in Krishna, we say he's all attractive. In Ramayana, he's been given 3 names. So, first name is Neel Saroru Neel Kamal. Neel Saroru Neel Kamal means from the Sarovar, from the Neel Sarovar, from the lake, coming out the blue lotus. Just like we say Krishna, he's got the lotus feet, he's got lotus eyes, lotus lips. So even Lord Ram is called Neel Kamal, that way. The second name that is given to him is Neel Mani. Neel Mani means one who is effulgent. He's blue in color, but as also he's effulgent, just like Krishna is blue. And Brahman is coming. Even for Lord Ram, it is said that he's very effulgent. And the third name that is given to him is Neel Neer Ghan. Neel Neer Ghan. Just like Krishna is given the name Ghanasham. Ghan means cloud. Sham means dark blue. But actually, the name that is given to Lord Ram is Neel, that means is blue. Ghan, color of a cloud. But from that cloud, Neel, water that is coming out. Water, what is that water? That is called Ashru, the tears. So the whole Ramayana is all about tears. It is all about Vipralamma and separation. That is why it is very beautiful. Another reference in Ramayana that is given of Lord Ram is Neelam Bhuj Shamal Komal. Neelam Bhuj means Ambar, and Kamal also, it also means Kamal. So Neel Kamal, Shamal, just like Sham we talk about Krishna. Shamal Komal, Angam Sita Samarupita Vama Bhagan. So, with him is the most beautiful Sita on his left hand side. So, this is how it is explained that Lord Ram is also blue in color. Lord Narayan is also in blue in color. And then Ramayana says, Ram Krishna Dau Ek Hai. Ram Krishna Dau Ek Hai. Dau Ek Hai means dono ek hi hai. Antar nahi nimesh. Antar means difference. Nahi nimesh. Nimesh means not even a slight difference. There is not even a slight difference between them. And then Tulsidas says, Ek niyat gambhir hai. Duj chapal vishesh. What does it mean? एक नियत गंभीर है, मतलब राम जो है, he is very grave, he is very गंभीर, and Krishna is very naughty. That's the only difference. So it's just a difference in a bit of mood. Otherwise, they are saying Krishna, Ram and Krishna दो एक है. That's how they explain. Okay. So what happens is, if you see, Ahilya did not do any bhakti. Ahilya was just trapped on the stone. And yet, she gets liberation. So Ahilya asks Lord Ram, that Lord Ram, what did I do to achieve your benediction? And then she says certain things in Ramayana which I am going to speak about. She says, Muni Shraap jo dina, ati bhala kina. Muni jo Shraap dina, Muni ne jo Shraap diya. The curse that Muni is her husband, jo Shraap dina, what he gave, ati bhala kina. He did very good to me. See, sometimes in our life, when the suffering comes, we start complaining, why did it come? I didn't deserve it. But actually, like Kunti Maharani says, give me suffering so I can remember you. The sufferings are there because that is the only trigger point for you to remember Krishna. If there is no suffering, you are always happy. Let's say from the childhood till the death, or even if you don't have death, I don't know. Some of you may achieve Chiranjeevi, who knows it becomes a pure devotee. But all your life, you have no disease, no problem, nothing. You're always living lavishly. There is no reason for you to remember or go to God anywhere. Isn't it? So she says that whatever problems we get, actually she's saying it is bhala, it is good. And then she says, Param anugraha me mana. She says, I feel a lot of gratitude for it. Gratitude for giving me the service. Why? Because that is the only way I can remember the Lord. Dekhau bhari lochan hari, bhav mochan ehi labh shankar jana. She says the fact just that I can sit in front of you and see with my eyes, full eyes, you sitting before me is something that even Lord Shiva, bhav mochan ehi labh shankar na jana. Lord Shiva is always meditating. Whom is he meditating on? He is meditating on Lord Ram. Because he gave this wonderful mantra to Parvati, Ram Rame Rameti, Ram Rame Manorame. So she gave wonderful, Shiva gave, and he is always meditating on the Lord Ram. So she is saying that I am able to witness such wonderful Lord Ram, Neelam Bhoj, Neel Mani, such beautiful, that even Lord Shiva is aspiring for it. What have I done? And then she says, Vinati Prabhu Mori, Main Mati, Meri Naan na Mangaun Bhar Aana. So she's saying, I am Vinati Mori. This is my request to you. That Pad Kamal Paraga, Pad Kamal Paraga, Pad means charan, feet of the Lord. Pad Kamal Paraga. See, Lord's feet is always lotus. So Pad Kamal, but Parag means pollen. It is from the Parag, the pollen, that the wonderful smell comes, due to which the honeybees get attracted. Brahmar Gita, if you remember in Bhagavatam. So it says, Pad Kamal Paraga, Ras Anuraga. From the parag comes the ras. From the pollen comes the juice. And from this juice, anurag, the love happens. And she says, Mama man madhub kare pana. That means she's saying that may I become this honeybee who is always smelling. Even when I go away, even when you go away, I keep smelling that smell of your lotus feet. This is her prayer. And then she says, Jehi pad surasita. Jehi pad means against Charan. Surasita is another name of Ganga. Surasita param punita. Because Ganges is very pure. Pragat hui shiv sishish dhari. And she's saying, this feet which you have put on me when I was a stone, this is the same feet from which the purest of the pure Ganges came out. And I am so impure. I was the one who was doing bhoga to somebody who was not my husband. Knowingly, I am most fallen of the fallen. And only that feet from which the pure Ganges come, you have touched me. I can't believe it. Allah is saying. And then she says, Soi pad pankaj brahma, pujat aj mam sir dhareru kripalu hari. So she's saying, this is the same face, this is the same wonderful, wonderful face that Brahma in his prayers is crying, is wanting that please can I have your darshan. And then she says, in this verse she's saying, that how can I be bigger than Brahma and Shiva? That you have not shown or revealed yourself to him, but you have revealed to me. So what have I done? I have not done anything. Why are you being so merciful to me? And that Lord Ram replies, that what you have done is one thing, and that one thing is repentance. In all your life, in all that one yuga that you were trapped in the stone, you were thinking about it, that what you did was wrong. You see, in our life, most of the time the illusion plays havoc with us. We don't even realize what wrong we are doing. We are doing whatever we are doing is absolutely right, and we keep on justifying it also. If we are totally in the Maya, materialistic way, we keep justifying why we did what is right. We don't want to even come up. And then Lord says that you had, one is that you had repentance, and secondly, you had association of Gautam Rishi. The blessings of Gautam Rishi. In Krishna Consciousness, what do we say? We must have good association. That's one thing that we say. And in Damodar Leela, we say two things. Lord's mercy and the two fingers. Lord's mercy and the effort. Your own effort is one, and the second one is the mercy. And this is what Lord was showing through earlier. That what is your effort? Your effort was your repentance. And therefore I am giving you mercy. You could have been in the stone, and you could have been there and said, okay, well, somebody will come, okay. It happened with me. What's the big deal about it? I am sleeping, when he's going to come, he's going to bless me. It could have happened like that also. But Krishna gives free will to us. And that free will is only one thing. To understand that what we have done wrong and to go to Krishna or to go away from Krishna. So similarly, Lord Ram is explaining to her that Ahilya, what you did was extremely touching to my heart. And then she says in this verse that, Lord, now that you have touched me, I would want to go back to where my husband Gautam Rishi is there, and serve him and then come to your abode. So she frees Lord Ram from the fact that if you touch me, right, I have to become your wife. And Lord Ram smiles and says that actually I didn't touch you. I only touched the stone. So I have kept my vow. Right? I have not broken my vow. So I have kept the stone, and after I touched the stone, you came back as Ahilya. So Ahilya is always will be with the Gautam Rishi. That's what he says. So what is the learning that we get in life through this pastime? The learning that we get is, number one, that we should always try to have sadhu sangha. Even when we make mistakes, even when we make the most horrible mistakes, the Guru, the Vaishnava, they can drag us from the place. And they can drag us and bring us back to Krishna. We may think that Krishna, when the Guru or somebody is dragging us, it may not be fair to us. But actually, it is the biggest benediction that one can get. Just having association of sadhu sangha. So that's the first learning. Second, we must go through the travails of self-reflection, self-introspection. The self-introspection is all about whether we are doing things wrong or whether we are doing things right. What does Shastra say? Sadhu, Shastra and Guru, whatever they say, we must follow it. That's the second learning. And the third, we must understand that if we do our sincere efforts, ye yatamam prapadante, Krishna or Lord Ram will reciprocate through His mercy. It must happen. It will happen. It may get delayed, but it will surely happen. But then the story doesn't end here. Lord Ram gets exiled. Lord Ram is just leaving Ayodhya in the dead of the night. Actually, Ramayana is very beautiful granth also because it is the only and only grantha which doesn't glorify mothers, but it glorifies the father. You see, in Bhagavatam or in Krishna's pastime, Yashoda Mai is glorified, isn't it? How Yashoda is wonderful. And in this material world also Krishna says the most purest form of relationship in this material world is mother and the child. But actually, in Ramayana, it goes the reverse way. In Ramayana, it is explained that how father and the son relationship is most pure. And just like Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that if you are able to remember my name before leaving my body, then you achieve me. You see, when Lord is about to leave for exile the next morning, he goes to Kaushalya. And he goes to Kaushalya and says, Mate, because she breaks the news that I'm going through exile. So, the tear starts coming from mother's eyes. And he says, Mother, why are you getting so upset about it? When I was 10 years old, you sent me with Vashisht Muni to do the training for 3 years. Now I'm just going for 4, 5, 10 years. What's the big deal about it? That time also Lakshman was there with me. This time also Lakshman is there with me. So, and Dashrath, Pitaji is already there. So I went there also for 3 years. Now I'm going for 4, 5, 10 years. He doesn't say 14. He says it very nicely. He says, Mother, there's nothing to worry about it. Right? And then he says, look, who is your favorite son? You see, Kekai's favorite son was Lord Ram. And Sumitra and Kaushalya. So Kaushalya used to give lot of love to Lakshmanji. And Sumitra used to give lot of love to Bharat and Ram. So then she says, Mother, you should never make any differentiation between the brothers, between your sons. You cannot say, I'm your son. Even Bharat is your son, huh? Right? And see how much Sumitra loves me. So you should see me from the eyes of Bharat, so that you never miss me. So you should be perfectly fine. You have got your sons, your 2 sons are there, your husband is there, so you should be happy. So somehow he convinces the mother that there's nothing to really, worry about. And he takes a promise from the mother that just like when I left the forest, you never came out, because Vashisht Muni was there with me. This time also when I will go, you will not come out. Just stay where you are, because you have to take care of Dashrath. But you see, he gives all the explanation, placates the mother, but he was not able to placate the Dashrath. And when Lord Ram leaves at the dead of the night, so that he's not caught by all the Ayodhya Vasis, he goes to take the boat. And in the morning when Dashrath realizes that Ram has gone, what is he doing? He falls on the road, on the place, on the place from where Ram has gone away. He falls there and he begs each Ayodhya Vasi, where is my Ram? And just asking about Ram, he leaves his body. Such was his attachment with Lord Ram. See, Lord can come in any way. He can come as a lion, he can come as a boar, he can come as your son, he can come as your brother, he can come as your father, he can come in any way. That is why we should see Paramatma in everyone's heart. We should keep our children's name, friends' name, everyone's name, all on basis of Lord. And he was so attached. This is called Viprilamba Bhava. In Krishna Consciousness, this is what we talk about. That in separation, the true love comes out. The tears, the cries for the Lord. So that is what Dashrath is saying, that for me, my life and soul was Ram. So much so, just his separation, I left my body. So that is the way the wonderful relationship between the father and son is glorified. There is no mention anywhere that Kaushalya cried actually. But anyway, so Lord Ram enters the forest and is about to take the boat. And the boat is being driven by a personality called Kevat. So the moment Kevat sees all the three, which is Ram, Lakshman and Sita, then what happens? Kevat says, stop. You cannot enter my boat. So Lakshman gets angry. Why? Why can't he enter my boat? You have to take us from this place to another place, and you know who we are? He's Lord Ram. And I'm Lakshman. If you don't listen, I'm going to kill you. So Kevat says, Bhagavan, there is no chance I can take you, I can take Sita Mata, but I cannot take Lord Ram. He says, why? He says, you know what happened? He touched a stone and it became a woman. What if he touches this boat and this boat becomes a woman? So Lakshman says, no, it's not going to happen. Kevat says, no, I am not going to believe you. See, if this boat becomes woman, then the biggest problem is that I will have no way to earn my living. Because this is the only source of my living. And I have got one wife and 2 children. They will die of hunger. And if my wife comes to know that there is another woman, think of it, what my wife will do to me. And Lord Ram has given instruction that there should be only one wife. How can I have 2 women? No, Baba, no. I cannot do this. I cannot take your Lord Ram. So Lakshman can't do anything. Then Sita comes. Sita mother is always like a mother. So she says, I promise nothing like this will happen. But if anyway you feel like that, you feel very insecure, tell me what is the alternative. So Kevat says, yes, there is one alternative that I can think. And the alternative is, let Lord Ram sit here and I will need to take all the dust from his feet. Because it is his dust which is a problem. If this dust touches anything, then that thing can convert into a woman. So Sita Maya says, okay, if that is what it makes you happy, you remove the dust from his feet. So this whole concept of, when the Guru comes and you wash the feet in the parak, in the big, it actually started from the age of Ramayana, from this story of Kevat. So Kevat brings big parat, big vessel, pours the water, takes the Lord Ram's feet, and he sees the opportunity, such wonderful lotus feet, and he starts massaging it nicely, right? And Lord Ram says to him in the Chopai in Ramayana that you can just wash it off, it will go away. He says, no, Lord Ram, I want to make sure that every dust goes away. So he starts massaging it very nicely so that the dust comes out. and he feels very blessed. And when all the dust comes out, Lakshman again comes in the middle. Now can we go? You've done your job? He says, no. You see, he said, the true check of a man, whether he's done the perfect thing or not, can be only validated by his wife. So he says, I am 100, whenever I do something, she tells me, you do this, and I come back, she always finds that I've done small mistake. So I have to call my wife, she has to validate that all the dust has gone, and then you can sit on my boat. So Lakshman says, okay, now call your wife. Good heavens. Right? So his wife comes, and as soon as the wife comes, he tells everything what she needs to do. And she looks, because the woman cannot touch Lord Ram's feet. So Lord Ram holds his feet and Kevat holds his feet. And what she does is she takes that water and she says, look, I cannot see his feet properly. The only way I can really sense that whether all the dust has come out or not, to see the intensity of dust in that, like in science we say viscosity. The intensity of the dust in that water. So let me drink it and feel that yes, it has got enough dust of Lord Ram, right? And that if it has got enough dust, then I will be happy. Right? So she drinks it and then she gives it to his children, her children also, that you also drink. Right? And that way everybody gets the blessing. And then the wife tells to the Kevat that yes, you can take him with one condition. That after 14 years when he's going to come back, the process is going to be the same. So later on there is a conversation between his wife and the Kevat. That what did we do to get mercy of Lord Ram? Did we do anything? Did we really surrender ourselves? So one concept in Krishna consciousness also is that the devotees must be intelligent. The intelligence comes from the knowledge of Krishna itself. And Kevat responds to him, responds to his wife. The fact that we know that Lord Ram is Lord Ram, Supreme Lord, that understanding that he is the Supreme Lord is the summum bonum, that is the essence of all the knowledge. See, sometimes we get into the philosophy, and that's why kathas are very beautiful, they are very nectarian. Why? Because just by the katha we can understand the heart of the Lord, we can understand who the Lord is. Identifying that Guru is manifestation of Lord. Identifying the deity as the Lord, just that itself is very purifying. And Prabhupada says many times this in 10th canto in Bhagavatam. You take any story, he is killing Aghasur, he is killing Vritrasur, he is killing Putana. He says even if you remember this story in your life before leaving your body, you shall be liberated. That's what Prabhupada says. Any story. And this is what Kevat tells to his wife. That understanding that Lord Ram is supreme and having that his dust. This is what we say, go to Vrindavan as the Braj ki Raj. Just have the dust of Krishna and we will feel liberated. This is what Kevat says. Just having his dust liberates our consciousness. So this is how this wonderful understanding of the Ahilya and then the Kevat is as a pastime to understand that how Lord Ram is merciful. His mercy comes from the fact, the self-realization, and his mercy comes from the fact just taking association of Ramayana, the scripture Ramayana. Just like we say, just taking association of Bhagavatam can liberate us. So principles are all the same. Whether you take Krishna consciousness, whether you take Ram consciousness, they are all the same. It is just that we have to get into the mood of that personality. I don't know if you want to hear more stories or more kathas, if you have time, is it okay? Yeah? Okay, so let me tell you one more katha of Lord Ram, of a personality called Bhushandi. Does anybody know about Bhushandi? Yes? Okay. Those who don't know, maybe I'll try to see if I can finish it in the next 15-20 minutes. So there once was a Brahmin who was born in Ayodhya. And he was going through a temple, passing through a temple, in which somebody was telling the glories of Lord Shiva. So he becomes extremely attracted towards Lord Shiva. So once he gets attracted to Lord Shiva, he starts looking for a guru. And he finds a guru who basically is a devotee of both Shiva and Ram. So he goes to his guru and he says, Gurudev, give me some glories and tell me some glories about Lord Shiva. So he says, wonderful. So he tells him the glories of Lord Shiva. But whilst he's telling the glories of Lord Shiva, he also tells some glories of Lord Ram. And this boy doesn't want to listen to anybody else. Like, he doesn't have any aversion to Ram, but he just wants to listen to Shiva. So one day, what happens is, because he has heard so much about Lord Shiva from his guru, he himself starts doing a lot of prachar. That means preaching. And many people start coming and listening to him. Oh, wonderful preacher. And one day, even the guru comes to listen to his class. Now, this Brahmin sees this guru, but he feels that, oh, he has come to hear my class, so I should not be getting up. And he doesn't get up. We have a similar story in Bhagavatam also, Krishna, if you remember, and Balramji. And because he doesn't get up, Lord Shiva gets angry. So Lord Shiva comes and curses him that may you rot in hell. That one who cannot give due respect to his guru, he can never achieve me. Now, Guru being Guru, what is the Guru? Guru is always merciful. Guru falls on the feet of Lord Shiva. Please forgive him. Please don't. He's done a mistake. I'll take care of him. Let all his mistakes, everything you give me the hellish planet. But don't let him go to hellish planet. Lord Shiva says, no. He has not asked forgiveness from you. So till the time he doesn't ask and you don't forgive, I'm not going to do anything about it. So somehow, this personality, because he sees Lord Shiva and sees the instruction, he asks for forgiveness from the spiritual master. Spiritual master goes to again Lord Shiva that I have forgiven him. Please do something. And Lord Shiva says, look, the curse is curse. I can't undo the curse, but I can change the curse. So I'll change it like this, that after many, he will become a serpent and will live in a willow of a tree for one yuga. And then for 1,000 yugas, he will go from one entity to another entity till the time he becomes a Brahman again when Lord Ram comes, and then he will be liberated. So again, very parallel to Ahilya. What has he done? He has done practically nothing to achieve Lord Ram. But still how Lord Ram will liberate him, we'll see that. So this person becomes very happy, Guru becomes very happy that I have done my job, he will get Ram, this is my duty, and the duty of Guru is to take the disciple to the Lord. Done. Now this person takes the role of a form of a serpent, then takes many yonis, and finally he is born when Lord Ram is supposed to appear in Treta Yuga. Supposed to appear. He just takes birth few years before that. And he is born as a Brahmin called Bhushandi. And Bhushandi, his lolyam to hear about Lord Ram is very high. Just like Narad Muni had told Ratnakar that you just hear the name Ram. Even Lord Ram was not there. But Narad Muni had given him the name. So this, because of his previous karma sukriti, he is wanting to hear about Lord Ram. And then he meets his Rishi called Lomas Rishi. And he tells Lomas Rishi that Rishi, Gurudev, please tell me about glories of Lord Ram. But this Lomas Rishi was a Nirakar. He used to believe in Nirakar form of the Lord. So he will hear from his disciple asking for Lord Ram, but he would only tell about the Nirakar form of the Lord, the unmanifested form of the Lord. And lo and behold, every second day he would keep pushing, please tell me about the Lord Ram, please tell me about Lord Ram. And one day Lomas Rishi got very angry. And he said, you are rigid, a rigid person like a crow. So I curse you that you become a crow now. So now this personality, Bhushandi, has become a crow, right? Now the moment he becomes a crow, Lord Shiva comes again. He tells Lomas Rishi, he wants to hear about my Lord, Mere Bhagwan. And you have to curse him. Now you have to ask for forgiveness for him. He says, no, Guru can never ask. Right? I'm Guru. He says, no. If Guru has not understood the essence of the Vedas, actually he is now the Guru. Because he was talking about the right thing. But you have cursed him. So, what I will do is, I will give you all the knowledge about Lord Ram. And you just go and tell him about Lord Ram. And take his blessings. So Lomas Rishi does that. He gets all the knowledge from Shiva, goes to him and gives all the knowledge to this Bhushandi. And because he has become crow, everybody starts calling him Kak Bhushandi. Kak means crow. And now that he has got all the knowledge, he starts going everywhere and starts talking about the glories of Lord Ram. Then Lord Ram is born. When Lord Ram is born, he says that Lord Ram looks so beautiful, amazingly beautiful. Right? And Lord Ram keeps looking up in the, all the wonderful birds and pigeons and everything. And then Bhushandi, Kak Bhushandi, goes close to Lord Ram. And the moment the Lord Ram wants to touch him, he moves away. And Lord starts laughing. So Lord starts playing with Kak Bhushandi. And Kak Bhushandi starts feeling, oh, so wonderful, so nice. This grace Chaitanya Chandra ki jaro. Please guys, I can speak. Excellent. So he feels so nice that, oh, Lord is playing with me. But he still doesn't want to be touched by Lord Ram because he feels that I'm so fallen. How can I be touched by Lord Ram? It is impossible. So Lord Ram, this happens for 4 or 5 days. He keeps playing with Lord Ram. He's feeling very happy. And one day, Lord opens his mouth, just like, yawning. And Lord is giving him this invitation, come inside me. And then he starts feeling this personality, Kak Bhushandi, that Lord is not touching, but I can touch Lord. I'll get purified. So he opens his mouth and he goes inside. The moment he goes inside, usually inside the body, what do we have? We call it Mal-Mutra. All we have inside body is the urine, all the defecations, all nonsense thing inside us. Right? He goes inside and he sees, wonderful, just like Virat Rupa of Krishna shows to Arjuna. He sees wonderful demigods there. People are dying and born, getting born again. And there are so many demigods. And the Lord is, taking care of the whole universe. And he feels totally, as if he has never seen anything like this in his life. And suddenly the surrender comes towards Lord Ram. Initially he only had the attribute of listening about Lord Ram. Now suddenly the surrender came that he is Divyam. His body is so wonderful. This is my Lord Ram. And then Lord opens his mouth again and he comes out. And Lord Ram says, what do you want from me? Should I liberate you as a human being? I give you this blessing. And Kak Bhushandi says, no. I would never want to get liberated. This is the form as a crow which has got blessing that I went inside and see what is happening inside you. This is the body in which I could enjoy and I could play and I could have pastimes with you. Why would I want to become a human being? Lord says, you can come and play with me in Ayodhya, in my dham, up. He says, no. I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to stay here. I want to preach about your glories of your holy name. And every time you come in Treta Yuga, I want to play with you. So just like Hanuman, he is called Chiranjeevi. It is stated that Krishna still lives there, still lives today. And all the birds and the pakshis, all the birds come and listen to him. It is stated that Lord Shiva, once he was feeling very disheartened, he converts himself into Hamsa. Hamsa is in English, what is it called? Swan. Yeah, he converts himself into a swan just to hear the glories of Lord Ram from Karpishani. Lord Shiva is the highest Vaishnava. Still he comes to him. And one day, Garud, when Lord Ram and Lakshman got trapped by the arrows of Meghdut. So Meghdut, when he throws the arrow on Lord Ram and Lakshman, they get binded in called Nag Pasha. So actually Garud comes and saves him. So Garud starts having a doubt. Is he the Lord? Lord should protect us. But I have liberated the Lord. I have saved the Lord. So that means he must not be Lord. There is some doubt. So this doubt came and Lord was Shiva, he was passing through Kailash. And Lord Shiva says, you must go to you must go and meet Krishna. He goes to Krishna and he asks, this is what happened. And when Krishna received the glass, and then he learns the story of Lord Ram, and how he is Leela Purushottam also. You see, the learning that we get is like, what do we say, Krishna Consciousness? We say, we don't want liberation. We don't want to go back to Godhead. What do we want? We want to come here again and again, again and again, and again and again, be Prabhupada's soldiers and preach about the holy name. Isn't it? This is what Ramayana is teaching. Ramayana is saying, be it Hanuman, be it Karpishandi, we come here back again and again and preach about the holy name. And last but not the least, I wanted to also tell you, because today's Diwali, and this is the day when Lord Ram came back to Ayodhya. But actually when Lord Ram comes back from Ayodhya, when he meets Bharat, just like Krishna glorifies Bhishma Pitarma as his devotee, Lord Ram also glorifies his devotee, and he says, actually my devotees are bigger than me. The moment he sees Bharat, and the moment he's supposed to bow, everybody bows before Lord Ram. Lord Ram says, please do not bow before me. Actually, all credit goes to Hanuman. And then he says, Bharat Bhai, Kapi se urin nahi. Ki Bharat Bhai, Kapi se urin means udhar, rin, debt. That there is no debt that I can ever repay to Hanuman. I just can't repay anything to Hanuman. Kabhi bhi, Kapi means kabhi bhi, I will never. And then he says, Ahito khayo, atiho khayo, bahut khata hai. He eats a lot, atiha, he eats a lot. Achut khavavat, achut means like onion, garlic, he eats all those kind of rubbish things. Very bad. Hath dhovat tak nahi, he doesn't even wash his hands. He's so bad. But then Lord Ram says, 100 yojan maryad sindhu ki, lang gayo pal mein. Just by my saying that I want this, I want you to go to Sita, he crossed 1,000 oceans just in a second. Lanka jalai, siya sudlai, garb nahi man mein aayi. Despite going to Sita, getting all her information that nobody could get, he never had ankar, he never had pride in his heart. He says this.
And he talks about that what Lanka, Murchit Lakshman and what he brought everything. He explains everything to Bharat because Ayodhyavasi doesn't know what all happened in Lanka. So he explains everything. And in the end he says, Yeo par Bharat, jo Hanuman, ko layad jag nahi mote hai. He says, if Hanuman would not have been there, then I would not have come back to Yevakya. So then everybody bows to Hanuman, right? And what does Hanuman do? Hanuman embraces Lord Rama. Because he can't hear. He says, if my ears are close to his heart, then I can hear his heart. Let my ears not hear my own glorification. So that's the act that he does. And so you see that it is all wonderful what we hear in Bhagavatam, what we hear in Krishna Consciousness. Ramayana is also extremely nectarian like that if you understand the things. So I take a pause. I thank you for listening to wonderful stories. And if there is any questions, comments.